This is the story of all things Overlanding's journey to KOAR 2021, but it's not what you'd expect. There's still going to be an amazing event with beautiful sights, beautiful views, tons of awesome vendors, and a lot of off-roading and overlanding and trying new foods. But stay tuned to see what exactly happened this year for me. All Things Overlanding is brought to you by Red Arc, Power Management Solutions, Rugged Bound Supply Company, rooftop tents, awnings, roof racks, and more. Overland Addict, premium overland gear. Last US Bag, overlanding bags and equipment. Northology Overland, trips, and a monthly overlanding magazine. All of these companies are really amazing, so I highly recommend you click through the links in the description below to learn more about each of them. The adventure rig is all packed up. By adventure rig, I mean the Infinity. That's what I will be taking to KOAR this year because the engine's hurt on the new Frontier, so that's going to be fun. But you know what? Check this out. Got our fridge cooling down in the back right now, and then in the back, look at all that space for activities. Even got leveling blocks just in case. I'm not sleeping in the car, but you know, it's poser flex. Alright guys, so you may notice that things look a little different right now. I am not in my truck. I am not in anything else. I'm in my Infinity, and I've got a refrigerator in the back seat. So a brief explanation of what happened. I bought a new truck, and I'm really excited about it. It's an awesome build from the guys at P&P Engineering. Did have a lot of miles on it though. Had about 211,000 miles on it. It's a 2008 Frontier. With the M205 rear diff, with the electric locker, and a bunch of really nice stuff on it, all their armor and stuff, which is awesome. So, but I'm buying that truck from them, and I'm on my way home, and I drove it back to my house, and when I pulled into the driveway, it was ticking really loud, really bad. So I took a video of it, sent it to him, and I mean, again, to his credit, Kyle, the guy from P&P, is a class act. He was like, look, I know you just bought it. I'm not going to be that guy that's like, it's your deal now. Like, he's like, we can figure it out. We'll either diagnose the problem, or what we may end up doing, which I'm actually kind of leaning towards, is swapping the engine and transmission from my Xterra into the Frontier, because I know that that's strong. So anyways, that is how this whole story started. Colors are just sort of starting to pop. Beautiful. So I am meeting up with Matt Fry of Fries on the Side, and we just met here at this True Value, Campione's True Value in Calumet, and then we are going to convoy the rest of the way up. Him in the Jeep with the teardrop, and me in the Infinity sedan that is lowered. So it should be fun. All right, guys, we just made it to Trail's End. You can see the car there. Matt Fry and his truck and trailer are down there. I'm gonna go to a cabin where one of the people running the event has told me to park the car for tonight. And then I'm gonna ride with Matt out to High Rock Bay where everybody actually camps, because this is actually the night before the event starts. So, but wanted to get up here, didn't want to miss out on that despite the truck being broken and stuff. So I'm just gonna park this car and ride with Matt for tonight, and we're gonna all hang out and drink some beer and have a good time. So, all right, guys, so we are getting ready to go out to High Rock Bay. He's starting to air down in the Jeep. I'm eating a weird beef stick that looks like a cold hot dog. It's actually kind of good, but it's kind of scary and veiny and a little weird. But it's a Wisconsin/Michigan specialty, I think. So you got to do it. And he's from Wisconsin, so he knows all about veiny, weird sausages. So anyways, we're going to air down really quick, and then we're going to hit up High Rock Bay, and we're going to camp out there tonight with probably some people. We don't know who yet, but we're going to see who we can find. Hitting up High Rock Bay has become one of my favorite traditions associated with KOAR. We go out there, we meet up with old friends, and we have a great time. As the sun starts to set, we finish setting up and head over to a nearby campsite to meet up with some of our friends. Since I didn't have a vehicle, this trip turned out to be pretty special. I actually got to hang out with Rob from Revere Overland, Matt from Fries on the Side, Jeremiah from Overland Pioneers, and Delia and Enoch from Mo Leisure's X Ventures. My main goal with this video is to show how much fun KOAR is and how weird YouTubers are, but funny. The next morning at about 6 o'clock, I was awoken by loud voices, banging car doors, and people slinging kayaks around. And when I woke up, I found that Chevy is shooting a commercial on the beach, 5 feet away from where my hammock is, which you'll see here, with a bunch of professional videographers and camera gear. And that yellow thing there is where I was sleeping. All right, guys, so we are packed up, and we just realized, I told him when we were leaving, I was like, hey, it looks like your water might be leaking. And I don't know if you can see the problem or not, but the cap is gone. And so we are wandering around up here on this beautiful vista, trying to find this cap, because without it, all that water is going to slosh out, and that's what he's using to clean his pots and pans and to cook for the weekend. So we're going to see what we can find here. All right, guys, good news. We found the water cap. So wanted to give you a resolution to that story. So that's good news. So after we found the water cap, we started to make our way out of High Rock Bay back towards Copper Harbor, which is where the Keweenaw Overland Adventure Retreat takes place. Again, we were there a day early to camp, and then we were going to go to the official event on Thursday, which is the first day of the event. So as we made like babies and headed out, I got some pictures and video of Matt's Jeep going through some of these deeper puddles, which are just a fun thing to do on your way out of High Rock. Of course, being YouTubers, there were some funny antics that ensued next. This is the life of YouTube overlanding. We are now stopped. We're probably halfway back on the trail, and he's setting up his drone to do a drone shot of us going through a mud puddle. This is what we do for you guys, so just so you know. So about the time we got back to Copper Harbor and pulled into camp, I saw Matt from Ozark Overland Adventures, and he said, man, I really would like to see this High Rock Bay. Would you take me out there? So I hopped in his Jeep, and we headed back out. We just rode back out to High Rock. You can see the wind has been up all day. It's been really stormy. It's really interesting. But so we've got these huge waves everywhere. We just came out here in the Ozark Overland Adventures Gladiator. So we're out here at High Rock Bay again, just shooting video, just for fun, you know, but it's beautiful. The waves are breaking. I feel like I'm at the ocean. Pretty cool. It's been fun hanging out with Matt. So we're gonna have some more adventures, I'm sure, but more to come. All right, guys, it's the end of day one. Matt from Ozark Overland Adventures just got here, so I hopped in his Jeep without his permission, and we just came back out to High Rock Bay.
Totally had my permission.
So he didn't kick me out, so I guess I kind of tacitly had his permission. But he just flew some drone stuff, and it's beautiful out here, but a little windy, so just wanted to check it out. So now we're gonna head back to camp and drink some beers. One of the super fun things about this event are the huge number and variety and types of vehicles. That's why I decided to bring the Infinity, kind of as a joke, but again, it fits in just because everything's awesome. The venue for KOAR is the beautiful Trails End Campground. This place is amazing, and you will never be bored at this event. There's so much to do, and I'm gonna try and show you here a little bit of what I mean.
The dogs are becoming friends.
Pretty sure that's a bear.
It may be a bear, yeah.
So after a great first day at KOAR, we all kind of hunkered down for the night. And there were a lot of storms that rolled through, some high winds, lightning, thunder. I slept in a hammock, again, because I didn't have my truck with me. And everybody thought I was really heroic, but actually the hammock performed really well. It was pretty great, except I had a little bit of a water leak. But aside from that, it was actually pretty awesome. I slept like a baby. So I'm going to show you a little bit of that here in the aftermath.
Okay. What's you? You recording?
Of course.
I got a little wet.
How was it?
It was actually fine. I slept like a baby, but I realize now that like this is just not quite covering that, so the water all dripped down, so my back just slowly got wetter and wetter on that.
But over the storm, I mean, like.
It's fine.
Okay.
And being back here, there was like not really much wind.
Oh, nice.
So I actually slept really well. I didn't wake up until like 5 this morning, and I was like, why am I wet? And then I was like,
that's not too bad.
Reaching behind me, and I think I just need to get my pillow dry and I'll be good. It was still dry on the top, but I think the bottom's soaked. All right, guys, what is today? Friday? It's Friday. Second day of KOAR. So far, it's pretty much rained the whole time. But so I've got the Infinity here. It is up on leveling blocks, so it's nice and level for me not to sleep in. But I slept last night in a hammock back there behind Matt from Ozark Overland Adventures truck. Over there you've got Mo Leisure's, X-Ventures. Behind me is Jeremiah from Overland Pioneers. Right over here is Matt Fry from Fries on the Side. We pretty much got everybody here. Braxton, previously of Trailspin TV, and the XJ's back there. He's got a new channel. I'll link to that down below so you can check it out. It's pretty good. Here comes Rob of Revere Overland right there. So we got all the YouTubers here, man. It's YouTube Central. So anyways, we are packing up. I'm going to ride with Rob today, I think, and help drive his truck so he can shoot some B-roll. And yeah, that's the plan. So we will see you guys soon.
With limited to no internet connection at the campgrounds, we headed up to the Keweenaw Mountain Lodge. Here we had some delicious breakfast burritos. We hung out with friends, and we prepared ourselves for the day.
Little driver's meeting before hitting up Cliff Mine Trail.
Ready.
This is fascinating television right here, guys. Keep entertaining.
This is reality.
Just share my.
This is total reality.
Hey, you want to see? I've got tons of video. Tons of video. Every time when you were sleeping last night, video. Tons of it.
After giving Jeremiah from Overland Pioneers a hard time and making pretty much everyone uncomfortable, we got on the road. Again, I'm driving the 4Runner from Revere Overland so that he can take video. I also tried to video some stuff for you guys to show kind of his truck and the day, so I hope you enjoy this. should be a good day. The sun's starting to come out. It poured down rain and big thunderstorms last night, but today, super nice. So just gonna hang out with Rob because I don't have a rig, and help him drive the truck so he can take some video for his channel, and should be a lot of fun. So I'm gonna try and get you guys some video too of some of the fun stuff, but obviously I'm driving, so I'll do what I can. Here goes Enoch around the first obstacle. So after the water crossing, the first obstacle is basically like a big boulder with some other good-sized rocks that if you don't have enough clearance, you can't get over. Matt from Ozark Overland Adventures, of course, has 37s on his Gladiator, so he said, I'm going to do it. And he went right up over top of it. Then it was my turn, again, driving Rob's Toyota 4Runner that I had never driven before, so of course I bypassed the obstacle just to be safe. You just have to negotiate this turn around this tree and this rock to your right to make sure that you don't, damage anything or hit your sliders. It's actually a pretty easy obstacle. Next up was Andres, and of course, Tacoma versus Jeep Gladiator competition. He has a pretty modified Tacoma, and he decided he needed to do the more difficult route too. And it just so happened that he hit it just at the right point where a rock got stuck between his cross member and his armor.
So if you go back, you're in the cross member, you go forward, you're on your dock. It's like stabbed right up into the little hole. Right. There's the problem right there.
There you go. Hang on. Well, let me get to the other side, just so I can watch your. All right, taking the slack.
Oh God, no, good.
There we go.
Give it, hey, bump it 2 or 3 more times. Give it some tension. Give it a little bit more gas. Cut towards me a little bit.
Driver, yeah.
Towards me, towards me, towards me. Cut it there, go.
There we go.
Now, hold on. Hold on. Go ahead. Come on. Straighten it. Go, driver hard.
There's a big drop.
You're going to drop one more time, but you're good. Now, go. Yeah, you're fine, you're fine.
Yeah, you're perfect.
Straighten out.
You're good. That's normal. After getting through that obstacle, we headed towards the top of Cliff Mine Trail. There was a large group in front of us, so we did have to stop for a minute and just kind of hang out. Once they were moving on, we went up there just to see what we could see. Everybody got some great shots of their vehicles, and people cracked jokes, and we had a great time. I'm just going to record it just in case. No. I mean, that would be really good content. You got a foot, probably. Okay, yeah, you're good. On that side, you got a foot before it drops off. Yeah. Here's the overlook, guys. I don't have a rig to bring up here, but Matt from Ozark Overland Adventures does. Video. So after we got down from Cliff Mine Trail, we headed to Gay, Michigan, and went to the Gay Bar. This place is fantastic. It's got a lot of awesome shirts in it. Good food, reasonably priced, good beer. We are at the Gay Bar in Gay, Michigan. Jeremiah just did a Jello shot. Oh, you gonna do the other one? All right, do it.
Proper technique.
Oh, wow.
Flipping
I'm sure your hands are clean. Yeah, gross. Nice work. Wait, it's starting. Okay. Remember earlier in the video when I said that YouTubers were weird but funny? Here's a good example. So the next thing you're obliged to do is hit the Gay Beach. This thing is actually a man-made beach that are the remnants of mining prior. And there is a process right now that they are going through to dismantle this beach. This beach will be gone before too long. So I've been here for the last 2 years. For as long as it's going to be here, we're going to come here and just kind of check it out. But eventually this will all be gone. It's going to not exist anymore. So, you know, we hit some puddles, we kind of hung out, we took some pictures. It was a great time. Again, just the best thing about this event is exploring, seeing new things you haven't seen before, and spending time with old and new friends. After leaving the gay beach, we started to head towards camp, and we stopped at the Haven Park and Waterfall. This place was awesome, just right off the roadside, and it was a good little stop to empty our trash, go to the bathroom, and see something cool. So Friday night it actually didn't rain, and it was fairly uneventful, so we all got a good night's sleep, and the next morning we woke up bright and early to head to Montreal Falls. Our plan was to hike about 1.5 miles or so out to the falls, shoot some video, shoot some pics, and get some good content. So it turned out to be a really cool trip with some amazing views, and I'm going to share that with you here.
All right, it's day 3 of KOAR, Saturday, last day. I'm with Matt from Ozark Overland Adventures. Riding with him because I don't have a truck, as you've already figured that out. So today we are following Jeremiah from Overland Pioneers and Mo Leisure's X Ventures, and we've got Eric from Got Your Six Coffee. I'm not a coffee drinker, but he's an awesome guy. So we are following them out to an undisclosed private property location, I think, today. So anyways, I'm along for the ride with Matt, so thanks to Matt for having me along.
Glad to have you.
Yeah, it's been fun. So froze to death last night. It was really, really cold in the hammock. So I may sleep in the Infinity tonight, we'll see. But yeah, tomorrow is time to go home. So we're gonna have as much fun as we can today, and I'll try and get as much video for you guys as I can, and yeah, we'll go from there.
Not a bad view, guys. Not bad at all. Put a couple waving right here.
Mile, but we are on our way to supposedly a beautiful waterfall called Montreal Falls. So again, I'm going to take you along. I'm going to try and get some drone footage. I'm going to try and get some video and stuff, but just wanted to let you know where we're going. This is really cool. All right, we made it to Montreal Falls, which is behind me. It's really pretty. A little bit of a hike, but not too bad. And out there is the lake.
So after spending a while at the falls, we decided to hike back and hit up a lighthouse on our way back to camp so that we could enjoy some more activities back at Trails End.
Now we are at the Mendota Lighthouse, which is a pretty cool little lighthouse back there in the trees. Really pretty. So again, we're gonna hit this up and then we're gonna go to lunch. And then I don't know what we're gonna do this afternoon, maybe hit some more trails, so we will see. For lunch, we ended up going to Calumet and hitting up a restaurant called the Red Jacket Brewing Company. The food was fantastic, the service was great, and the beer was great as well. And it was a really cool place, so definitely recommend it. As the final day of KOAR wore down, everyone looked forward to sort of the culmination of an awesome trip, which is this funeral pyre, Viking funeral pyre style log fire. They do this every year. It's amazing. Unfortunately, I did have to leave this year because the weather was dropping, it was getting really cold, and I had my car and a hammock and no blankets. I was not prepared for the cold weather because I packed at like 9:30, 10 o'clock the night before and left at 4 a.m. So I ended up driving home that night, got most of the way to Chicago, and then finished my trip the next morning. But again, as always, this trip was just amazing and so much fun, and I'm looking forward to 2022. If you did not get to this year's, I highly recommend that you get your tickets as soon as possible for next year's because it is just an amazing event that is full of memories and awesome times and a lot of fun. So again, thanks to everybody who put their heart and souls into this event, and thanks for having me, and we'll look forward to KOAR 2022.